Typically, the story has been, let them get locked up. That will teach them. I'm telling you, what's more powerful than letting an addict get locked up is reminding an addict of their own light, their own power, and their own worth. That's what we need. This is what we need. We need people to be reminded. Let's be the reminders for those, especially those who are struggling the most, of their own light and love and power. That's what we need, you know. Sending them to prison or jail for a temporary time is not healing them. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, New Earth Syrian. I'm Val Mason, coming to you today from the beautiful, lush and green forest. And today I want to talk about a most delicious and fulfilling topic. A topic in which your cup overfloweth. It is that good. And this is being a peacemaker on planet Earth at this time. So this video is directed towards both starseeds, earth seeds alike, and anyone who happens to come across this video and it resonates deeply within you. So with that being said, I want to start off first with dreams. I'm a starseed. I'm from Sirius, as I'm sure that you have put together already. And so I always had sort of prophetic, very deep and profound dreams as a child and throughout my life. And one of those kind of dreams as a child would be, I would come across a monster along my path. Very terrifying monster. And what I would do was befriend this monster and restore the peace and harmony in doing so. Now, in befriending this monster, this was not me succumbing to them as a result of my own fear. This was not a sort of surrender, you know, if you can't beat them, join them type of thing. This was absolutely coming from within my core and shining my light, rising above the fear, because love is the most powerful force in the universe. And I would use the power of my love to permeate their energetic field and literally transmute and alchemize their frequency through my just being of light. And they would transform like a butterfly as a result of that. And the peace and harmony on every level truly was restored. It was very beautiful, you know. I really love those dreams. They felt so good. And to this very day, those who, you know, served as, maybe you could view it, my life's greatest teachers, you know, those who hurt me very, very deeply in my life, I'll spontaneously have dreams where the love is unconditional between the person and myself. It is of pure unconditional love. And I wake up feeling so relieved that that occurred, because I'm able now to truly and completely release all the trauma and weight that was attached to that connection from the past. So that's one form of it. You know, most of the work that we have to do in transmuting ourselves and our energy and our consciousness comes from work. You know, we have to put in that work. But every once in a while, there'll be something beautiful, like a spontaneous dream, that will heal us in our sleeping hours. So, being a peacemaker on planet Earth may not always be the easiest task, but it is 100% the most rewarding. And I'm telling you, the more that you alchemize your darkness within, your traumas, and the more emotionally and spiritually mature that you become, the easier it is. It becomes second nature. It is who you are. You are the peacemaker. You are the restorer of harmony and balance into the hearts of others, because you've achieved that in yourself. And I truly do put this into action as much as possible. You know, for instance, if there is an issue on the street between myself and another person, maybe by an action that I took that they didn't agree with, whatever. Maybe they felt that I cut them off. And they go, you know, they're getting all worked up, you know, and of course that's the kind of paradigm that the collective is rising out of. These things have to occur. It's sacred. You know, these conflicts must occur in order to be the change in the midst of them. So they might, you know, be having an issue, and I'll roll my window down and I'll ask them to roll theirs down. And they might think that I'm going to spew hatred or profanity. But I finally convince them to roll their window down, and I tell them, I love you. You know, I love you, and be safe, have a wonderful day. You know, don't worry about a thing. And that instantly is dissolved. The hatred, the fear, the separation, like that is dissolved. There was another time, you know, that oftentimes I'll run into addicts, okay? This is an archetype that I encounter quite a bit, are addicts. Whether it's heroin, crystal meth, crack, alcoholism, it doesn't matter. I ran into this woman that was walking down the side of the street, and I felt compelled to stop for her. And I always listen to my intuition. If I do not feel compelled, I do not stop. But I felt compelled, and I stopped. And you know, she got in my truck, and she was a meth addict, and she said that this was her first day going to the methadone clinic, and that her boyfriend, she was crying, her boyfriend had just kicked her out of the car. She lived literally like less than a quarter of a mile down the street. I said, all right, I'm going to take you to the methadone clinic, and I'll bring you back. She said, I need to stop at my house first. So I said, okay. So we go to her house, and I could feel in my nervous system, through my abilities, that her boyfriend was coming back. And I knew how he would respond. And I knew how he would react to me being there. And more importantly, I knew how I was going to respond. And I knew that I was guided. I knew that this was a love-based guidance that I was under. So he came back, and like I thought, he got out of his car, and he was an addict as well. And he was just screaming and cussing at me to get the F out and da-da-da. And he came to my window, and I rolled it down. And I truly looked him in the eyes, and I said, give me your hand. And he said, no, I'm not giving you my damn hand. But, you know, in our eye contact, I had love and peace. So she eventually came back out, and she got in my car, and, you know, typically you would think that one might want to escape this situation as soon as possible, but I could tell that this couple wanted to heal. And I have a really great ability for seeing souls for who they are and not what's happening to them. So I said, let's get out of the truck and let's go talk to them. And after a few minutes of, you know, breaking down the walls between myself and him and between all of us, we found ourselves in a group hug, you know, sharing unconditional love. And you know, I got him to be the one to still take her to the clinic, you know. Look, instead of, you know, typically the story has been, let them get locked up. That will teach them. I'm telling you, what's more powerful than letting an addict get locked up is reminding an addict of their own light, their own power, and their own worth. That's what we need. This is what we need. We need people to be reminded. Let's be the reminders for those, especially those who are struggling the most, of their own light and love and power. That's what we need, you know. Sending them to prison or jail for a temporary time is not healing them. They need guidance. We need guidance as beings to remind us. So it is the most powerful force in the universe to be a peacemaker that sees through the eyes of love. When you possess eyes that use your heart to see the good in all things, you become the universe that waters all of life, the universe the water, and the life itself. You become all that is when you have the eyes of a child, when you have the eyes of love. And it's just so restorative. It is just so, when you alchemize a negative situation in the moment, there is really nothing that feels better than that, than letting go of that tense rigidity and that hatred. And so, myself included, we all need reminders. And this video, I hope to be a reminder to you, for you, and as you. So, what else can I add? I pray that you do go forth and through every day, through balancing higher consciousness with the consciousness of the collective, that you're able to maintain your integrity and your practice of present awareness and be able to apply this to your own situations first, to your internal situations, to encounters, relationships, and issues of the past, first and foremost. Be patient with yourself. Don't force it. Don't push the river. Allow the river to flow. Trust the flow of the river of your life. Practice this and be able to really apply this more frequently out into the world in order to heal the collective, to restore peace and harmony in the hearts of all others and in the collective. So if you like this content and you want to see more of myself here in beautiful landscapes such as this forest, please like this video and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification as well. Until next time, my friends.